Hello and welcome back to Animal Kingdom. In this video, we are going to talk about the dangerous animals that live inside humans. So let's get started. Keeping in view how vast numbers of species have been already discovered by the scientists, it is almost crazy to believe how dangerous some of them can be. Usually in these situations, we tend to keep our distance from these horrid creatures. But how can we help ourselves knowing that some of them are residing inside the human body? We know how horrific it is to find out, but there's nothing to be worried about. These species are designed in such a way only that they have to be dependent on a larger organism for its own livelihood. These members of the kingdom Animalia are called parasites, as they depend upon humans for their sake. And as nature's servant, we can't completely wipe it off from the inside of our organs, as we ought to give them shelter to maintain nature's balance. Not all of them possess parasitism, some also possess mutual relationships with the human body. That is, they do good to us in the favor of letting them live inside our bodies. Whenever we think of parasites residing inside our body, the first thought comes of the louse. Yes, we've all had lice as kids or even as adults. They live inside our scalp and suck blood from it. They're contagious, as we've heard our mothers saying. They cause itching and dandruff. They tend to make our hair dry and cause hair fall as they tightly hold on to the roots of the hair. Applying anti-lice shampoos is always the most effective and common method. Another of the most heard organisms residing in our body is the infamous ringworm. But hey, it's not a worm. Rather, it's a fungus which keeps spreading across the affected area, causing inflammation, itching, and several infections. It causes the hair to fall out at that particular place. It can be easily cured using antifungal ointments and powders. Staying clean and sanitized help us to prevent it growing in the first place only. The next worm we're going to talk about is the hookworm. It is extremely uncommon in the US, but found more frequently in the Asian African subcontinent. This worm lives in the soil and enters the human body through any open passage, like when we take a walk barefooted or defecate in the open. It enters through the foot or anus and lives inside our intestines. It eats all the edible substances passing through the intestine and keeps growing with time. Sometimes it's even as long as our small intestine. This is the scariest one by far. It can only be removed surgically. The next animal is also a worm. It's called tapeworm. This worm usually lives inside other animals under unhygienic conditions. It gets inside the human body via direct consumption, eating infected beef, pork, lamb, etc. It can grow up to 30 feet and cause loss in weight, weakness, diarrhea, and cramps. It can be treated through medicine and only under expert supervision. The next animal is not a worm, it's a mite, a face mite to be specific. They are scientifically known as demodex. They are collected by us while growing up. They are extremely tiny and feed on dead skin cells. Some of them also feed on oil secreted by our facial gland. They're nothing to be afraid of because these face mites don't cause any harm to the human body. Under a microscope, they can be observed thoroughly. The next animal is also a mite, called the human itch mite. They are commonly called scabies. Using its 8 legs, it penetrates inside the first layer and lives in the areas less exposed to the sun, such as under our armpits, between our fingers, even on toes, and sometimes at the back. It is easily contagious and spreads through sweats or by direct contact with the affected human. It can be easily cured using medications. The next animal is also a parasite called Giardia. It's usually present inside lakes, swimming pools, and other contaminated water bodies. We can get them while swimming or by drinking water from these contaminated water bodies. They live inside our gut and decrease the consumption of nutrients by consuming it by themselves. It causes gas, weight loss, cramps, and diarrhea. The next animal is not a parasite, but a bacteria. It's called belly button bacteria. As its name suggests, it lives inside the belly button of humans. It grows due to the accumulated dirt, sweats, and excess oils. It can be removed by staying healthy and cleaning the belly button regularly. Well, this is the end of this video. Stay tuned and we'll be back soon with another interesting video for you soon. Till then, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our amazing videos. Thank you.